Okay, class 7, I want to welcome you in this very special lesson of science. And today I want to talk about electricity. In our last lesson, we were talking about static electricity, whereby we mentioned and said that static electricity is the stationary electricity, the one that is not moving. In our lesson today, we want to talk about current electricity. That is our major focus today. Current electricity, because from the word go, I said there are two types of electricity. Number one, we said static. Number two, we said current. And last lesson we talked about static. So today we want to talk about current electricity. So I want to take you through this. Welcome, and let's begin. Current electricity is a form of electricity. That flow in wires. Those wires must be good conductors of electricity. So when we talk about current electricity, it is a type of electricity that flow, that move. Somebody can say it is a type of electricity that move from one place to another, through the wires. If you talk about it moves, it means that electricity flows. The sources of this current electricity, where do we find this current electricity? Number one, the sources. We have dry cells. It is called torch cells, torch battery, the small batteries that we put in torch. Then number two, we have car battery. We call it wet battery, the one that is used in vehicles, car, or in tuk-tuk, the heavy commercial vehicle, taxi. We find this car battery used. We have Dynamo, bicycle dynamo. Bicycle dynamo is used in bicycle. It is used in bicycle. We shall see in the diagram. Bicycle dynamo is another source of current electricity. Then we have hydroelectric generators. This one, it is well spread nationally. This one, it is the one that is very common, that is produced by water. The water that it runs, the turbines, they generate electricity. That electricity, it is the one which circulates nationally. It is used. Then we have petrol or diesel generators. These are generators that use petrol or diesel. For example, if the hydroelectric power is not there or it fails, we can substitute this one. We use generators which we use petrol or diesel to run, like in big industries, big supermarkets, mosques, churches, whereby there is no power, that is electricity. We use petrol or diesel generators to produce electricity that can use to run the electronics. And then we have geothermal. This one, it is another electricity that is produced from the earth. Geo means earth, produced from the earth. We are going to talk about in depth. Then number 7, we have wind-driven generators. This one, they are generators which are driven by wind, mostly found in Turkana. We are going to see this. Then lastly, number 8, we have solar panels. This one, they convert the solar, the sunlight into electricity. We are going to see them as we explain one by one. So all of these are sources of electricity. Whereby we can get the current electricity from. 8 of them. So let's go deep and talk of each and every one. Let's begin by dry cell. by dry cells. Dry cells, on the other side here, I have drawn a dry cell. This is a dry cell. A dry cell is a small torch battery which has two terminals. It has positive terminal, this one with a plus, then there is a negative terminal. Those are the two terminals which are very sensitive. Then in between here, in between there is a graphite. If you are able to, let's say, destroy this battery, there is a graphite that is found inside. We call it graphite. Graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Sometimes we can get carbon. These are good conductors of electricity. So this dry cell is made up of chemical. These chemicals, at the middle, at the center of it all, there is a graphite. That graphite is the one which is now joining the positive terminal and the negative terminal. And it is used to produce small amount of electricity, especially in torch. In torch. That is where we can find it. And that is all about it. So the most important point here, you know the terminals, and this one, it has chemicals. It produces electricity by means of chemicals. And I've said the chemicals, they can be this graphite and the carbon. They are the one which are used there. Then number two, we have a car battery. Car battery, which is also called wet battery. It is also known as wet battery. This is number two now. Number one, number two. Car battery, this is the way it looks like. These are more dry cells combined together. So they are more than one. These are more than one dry cells. These are more than one dry cells joined together to form a car battery. And it has a negative terminal. It has a negative terminal and a positive terminal. If you don't see the positive or the negative, this sign is not there. Sometimes they indicate by red. If you see red, it means positive terminal. This one, it can be black. Black. If it is black, that one, or sometimes blue, that one means this is a negative terminal. Red, positive terminal. Blue or black, negative terminal. Then these are the tops whereby you can open and put the sulfuric acid. So the sulfuric acid is added into this battery. This is the sulfuric acid which is added. You can use these holes, you put the sulfuric acid. I think you can be able to see all these, the dry cells, the car battery on the pictures that I've sent through our WhatsApp group. I've already sent some pictures there. You are able to see them. This is a car battery. It has more than one dry cell. It is more than one dry cell joined to make a car battery, and it uses sulfuric acid. It uses sulfuric acid. Therefore, you can find this one in cars or vehicles. In vehicles, that is where you can find to ensure the vehicle runs. To ensure the vehicle lights, the headlights. We have the park lights. We have the hazards. All those, they are run and they are able to work because of this car battery. And even ignition of the vehicle, it is using this car battery. So it is a very important. Also, this car battery can be used to run radios. If there is no electricity, you can use to run radio. Televisions. Those people in remote areas, they use this kind of car battery to run televisions. If there is no electricity, you use this one because it can give electricity which can run those things. I think that is number two, and it is done. Number three is bicycle dynamo. Bicycle dynamo. For boys, I think you are familiar with this thing. This is a small motor. This is a small motor, a dynamo, that is placed on the on the hind wheel of a bicycle. When it is rotated, it produces electricity, which is used to light the lamp that is at the fore part of the bicycle. So if you have a bicycle, let's say you have a bicycle, this is your lamp here. This is a lamp. The dynamo is fixed somewhere here. When you fix the lamp here, a dynamo, I mean, the dynamo is fixed here. This dynamo can be able to produce electricity, which makes this lamp to light. So this is a bicycle, this is a lamp, then we have a dynamo that is used to ensure this lamp lights during the night. It is placed at the back. It has a knob. This knob is the one which is fixed to the bicycle wheel. As it rotates, it enables this motor to produce electricity. So there is a motor and there is a knob. Those are very two important parts of a dynamo you must understand. It is used to produce small amount of electricity, especially in bicycles. That is number 4. Then if I continue, let me talk about number 4. Number 4, which is hydroelectric. Hydroelectric generator. Hydroelectric generator. Hydroelectric generator, these are very big generators which are placed in running water. For example, in River Tana, we have them placed in Kiambere dams. We have them placed in Mazinga dams. Those dams, they are made in a way that the water falls from a very high place at a very high speed. Then there are what? There are turbines. These are turbines. These turbines are rotated. When you rotate these turbines, they are connected to a generator. This is a generator. Then this generator, it is now the one which is connected to the cables, electric cables that we see along the roads. These are the cables. The cables from the water. This is waterfall. These are waterfall. It runs to ensure the turbines are rotated. These turbines make sure the generator moves. This generator is the one that now produces electricity that is carried, that flow through the cables to our houses, to all over across the nation. This is the type of commonly used electricity in Kenya. For example, I've said in Mazinga, this is along River Tana, Mazinga dams. We have Kiambere dams. We have Kindaruma dams. All of them along River Tana. Why? Because River Tana, it has that water which can be able to run the turbines. The turbines now makes generators to produce electricity, which is carried and it flows through the cables to reach a very wide area across the nation. I think that is all about hydroelectric. So mostly this one, it is produced by water. If you are asked, how is hydroelectric produced by water? How is it produced? It is produced by water. Simply because hydro, from the word hydro means water. Understand, the word hydro means water. So don't panic if you are told how is this electric produced. It is produced by water because of this prefix hydro meaning water. I think up to that it is well understood. I can move to number 5. Number 5, that is generators, which uses petrol or diesel. Petrol or diesel. Petrol or diesel. Number 5, petrol stroke diesel generators. These are alternative sources of current electricity whereby there is no hydroelectric, which are use diesel. They use this one. They use diesel or petrol to produce electricity. So even in case the power fails from hydropower, we use this one. This one can be used to run radios, televisions, can be used to run televisions. Can be used to run microphones, like in let's say MOSIX. The devices which are used there, all electronics can be used, can be run by these petrol or diesel generators when there is no hydroelectric power. Therefore, this one can be found. Where can we find this one? Where can we find these generators? Mostly find in hospitals. Hospitals, because in hospitals electricity is very important. If this one is not there, this one is connected. Hospitals, in schools, big schools, like in boarding schools, during the night, if there is no electricity, they alternatively use petrol generators to produce electricity. We have in mosques, in churches, those areas whereby this electricity is needed at a very high demand, we use petrol or diesel generators when there is no this other type of electricity. I think this kind of generator, it can give very high voltage. It gives high voltage. That is why it is used to run those big machines, like even in supermarkets, all of those. That is where we can find these generators used. I think you understand that one better. Allow me to move to number 6. Because of time, I want to finish up to number 8. Number 6, I want to talk about geothermal generators. Geothermal generators. These are generators which are run from the heat, that comes from the earth. Heat that is produced from the earth. Heat that is, comes from the earth, or you can say produced from the earth. Geo means earth. So the heat that is produced from the earth that can be used to run the generator. Geo means earth, thermal means heat. Therefore, the heat that is produced from the earth can be used to run this generator. And this generator can produce electricity which can be used to serve in hospitals, in schools, in mosques, all over that it is needed. In Kenya, we have this geothermal working in Orekaria. In Orekaria in near Naivasha. Orekaria in Naivasha. That is where this geothermal is found. The system or this kind of electricity is found in Oricaria in Naivasha. That is where this type of electricity is found. And that is all about it. Let's move to number 7. Number 7, it is a wind-driven. Wind-driven generators. Wind-driven generators. Wind-driven generators, from the term wind, these are generators which are driven by wind. Strong winds, like the one that are found in Turkana. That is where this kind of electricity can be produced. Strong winds, they are used to run windmills. They run windmills. These windmills are now connected to the cables, to generators and then cables. Now the cable takes the electricity into where it is needed. Wind-driven, it is used, or this one produces electricity by winds. So if you are asked how it works by means of winds. Those winds which turns the windmills, the turbines. I think from there, that electricity is channeled to where it is needed. In our last example of sources of electricity today, I want to talk about number 8, that is the solar panels. Solar panels. These are the one that converts. This one converts sunlight. Into electricity. They convert sunlight into electricity. So these are black like items placed on the roofs. So this device, it traps. They trap sunlight from the sun. Then they convert. They have photovoltaic cells which convert this light into electricity. So when they are placed on the roofs, they are placed in a manner that they are directed into the sun. So the sun rays are trapped and changed into the electricity. So it is connected. You can take it into your house, then you use it for lighting, for running televisions, for running radios. So this is the type of solar panels I'm talking. The solar panel is another source of electricity which changes sunlight into electricity. Commonly used where there are no these other sources of electricity. So this is the most cheap and easiest way of getting electricity in areas or in remote areas whereby all these other sources of electricity are scarce. You can take this one, install in your house. This one, it converts the sun into the electricity that can be used for the household, for the house, whatever that is using electricity. Otherwise, up to that, I want to stop there because of time. Go through these sources of electricity, friends. They are very important. Understand them. Make sure you write the notes and the questions that will come after. Be able to answer them correctly. Also, the photos that I've sent through the WhatsApp you are able to see them and identify all of these sources of electricity. Otherwise, I wish you the best. Thank you very much.